And we're now joined on the phone by winner of last night's Kansas 150 and your 2019 ARCA Menard Series champion, Christian Eckes. Christian, how are you this morning?
Pretty solid. Just laying in bed right now. Just watched the race from last night. I'm just doing some notes, getting ready for Martinsville.
So let's kind of channel that feeling from last night. As anybody that follows RNN on Twitter knows, we did do this interview already last night, and unfortunately the wind walking back from Victory Lane to your hauler was too much to work with there. So we're gonna try and rechannel the energy from last night and just talk us through that race last night. I mean, you had a crazy up and down day. It started from the back after breaking that rocker arm and having to replace an engine after qualifying. Drove your way through the field to win the race and win this championship. So just talk us through the emotions of that whole day.
Yeah, it was honestly a pretty good day from the start. I mean, we had a hiccup at qualifying, but all throughout practice, I was super happy with my race car, and we were all doing a great job to, make it better. And we made adjustments that actually worked, which is for the first time in a couple of weeks we've been able to do that. So, I knew we were going to be really strong in the race, and obviously we had a little bit of a hiccup at qualifying, but I felt like our car and our pit crew and our whole team was good enough to fight back and not let qualifying define us.
So let's just look back on this whole season, because you mentioned in that interview that we did after qualifying that if you were able to come back and win this championship, it was more or less kind of a microcosm of the entire season. Everything that you had to go through in the entire season kind of more or less happened in one day. So just talk us through that whole season, because it's just been a crazy up and down ride for you.
Yeah, no, for sure. I look back on the season, and then there's still a lot of missed opportunities, and that's really what drove us the last 7 races here. Looking back at all the 7th places and the 11th places, that kind of pissed us off, because most of those we had a shot to win, and we'd have something stupid happen, or I'd spin out leading, or something crazy like that. So, overall, it really just kind of put it all in perspective of what we've gone through when we got the championship, and the day that we went through really just kind of summarized the entire year and how good my team and I were at coming back from things like that. So, overall, we're really proud of what we've been able to accomplish, and just looking forward to seeing what this team has for the future.
Now, I think I asked you this last night too, but how do you even come back from, you missed an entire race this season with that first Salem race. How do you even come back from missing an entire race and win the championship?
Yeah, it's just a lot of hard work and determination. We were only 80 back after Salem, the first Salem, and we gave up so many points throughout the year. And like I said, I honestly felt like the little ones were harder to come back from than the big Salem one, because it's only 80 points, and we gave up. We gave up like 200, including the lead. But we went to Talladega the next week and crashed and gave up another 100, and then all the 7th place finishes. Michael won, I think, 2 of those. So. That's another 35, 50 points that we lost every race. So it's really just those that kind of stand out of the proudness that we were able to come back from. We really don't talk about Salem that much because 80 points 3 races in really isn't that big of a deal. So we kind of look back on what we've gone through after that, and how we finished out the year with such a great run.
Well, yeah, 80 points after Salem isn't that big of a deal because you had such a big lead going into that race. I can't imagine how much you would have won this championship by had you not missed Salem. But let's talk about, we talked about in that post-qualifying interview, we talked about hypothetically, what it would mean for you if you won this championship. It's not a hypothetical anymore. You have won this championship. You are the 2019 ARCA champion. So now that it's realistic and you've had a little bit to let it sink in here, what does this championship mean to you, both personally and in your career?
Yeah, it's huge. Personally wise, it's just a culmination of a lot of hard work on my end. There's a couple races this year that I wasn't happy with where I was at. I can full-heartedly say that I was pretty content. I mean, I still need some improvement. It wasn't perfect even yesterday, but the last 7 races I really did the best I could. That's something that I'm really proud of, and we were able to get the championship because we were so consistent, because we were so fast and got so many great finishes, and that was really special. And career-wise, it's huge. To put on your resume the ARCA championship is big. I've grown up watching ARCA, and honestly, I think I watched ARCA maybe a little bit more than NASCAR because of our ties to the Core family, and it's really special. That's really all I can say about that.
All right, well, there you have it. Christian Eckes, your 2019 ARCA Menard Series champion and the Kansas 150 winner. So congratulations, Christian. Well earned, and good to see you get to pull this one off.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.